So nothing phones are really getting weird nowadays, as we are seeing nothing phone 3a and nothing phone 3 with some weird designs out there. But in terms of software also, nothing has been implementing a lot of new features and a lot of new changes which are really weird. Although I used to think that nothing has the best OS right now, but there are certain changes that nothing has made and certain features are added after the updates which has made this NuttyOS a little bit different. One of the thing they have recently changed or added in the phone is the private space, and the private space is one of the really good things, but at the same time there are some weird options they have added. So in this video I will be talking about this new feature which nothing has added, the private space, how to activate this feature and how to use this feature correctly with the unique options like hide private space and lock private space automatically. So as always, this will be a sick video guys, and if you are at enthusiast, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel and hit that bell notification up because I will be making more videos like this. First of all, to get the private space you need to update your phone to the latest version. You need to go to settings, about phone, and make sure you are using this build number. This is nothing phone 1, but it is using the latest nothing OS 3.2 with this build number, and all the latest features are there. And the private space which has been recently added, we will talk about this now. So to activate the private space, what you need to do is go to settings again, security and privacy, and in the security and privacy you will get the feature of private space. So you just need to click on that, and here you just need to activate the private space with a pattern or pin lock or password or fingerprint. Once you have activated it, you will be able to use the private space. So to access the private space, what you need to do is go to app drawer and slide right, and here is the private space which I have opened, and here you can edit or add apps which you want to hide. Once you are adding the apps, the app will be hidden from the main app menu and definitely will be only visible in the private space. There are other options also like private files, private camera, private photos. So if I go to private files, a new file manager will open and only show you the files which are there in the private space, and definitely there will be no other files if you have not added. A private camera is also there, so whatever photos you will be clicking in the private camera will be only accessible in the private files, so you will not be able to access them from the gallery app. And private photos is also something where you can hide any of the photos up there which will not be visible in the gallery app in the main app drawers. Although the private space is good, there are some other options nothing has added, which is lock private space automatically and hide private space. So in the hide private space, you can see that even if I have turned on this feature, it is not hiding the private space, as if I have hidden the private space, I will be only access the private space from the app drawer. So I have turned on this feature, but still I can access it with this swipe right option. If I just type private space in the app drawer, I will be also able to access the private space from here. So what is the use of this hide private space? Let's discuss. This hide private space is only working when you have configured the lock private space automatically feature. This is really an important option. So whatever you will be selecting here will directly determine whether you will be able to access the private space or not. So this is how you can lock your private space, and locking means you will not be able to access the private space from the app drawer by swiping right. So there are 4 options. When leaving the space, every time device locks, 5 minutes after screen timeout, only after device restarts. If I select when leaving the space, if I have cleared all the apps and locking and unlocking the phone, I will not be able to access the private space anymore because I have selected to lock the private space. So the only way I can access the private space now is by typing private space in the search bar. Make sure you are typing it correctly. Once you typed it, you will be able to see the private space. You will be able to access again, and this is a really important function because sometimes what happens is we will be accessing the private space a lot. Maybe someone from the other side can see that and access that also. There are other options also when to lock. So if you are locking the device, the same thing will happen or 5 minutes after the screen timeout, or you can select only after device restarts, so that your private space will be only hidden once you are restarting the device. So keep in mind this four option, and if you have selected the hide private space option, then only it will work. So make sure you have turned on this feature also. And there are other options also, like deleting deep private space, and you can delete the total private space out there. If you have kept any of the photos or videos or any files in a private space, that will be deleted too. So this is something you should be extremely careful before deleting deep private space. If you are using the private space a lot, I will recommend you to keep it as only after device restart, lock private space. But if you are not using that much, then you can keep the other options. So this is what I wanted to show you, and this is what Nothing has added after the update. Really good feature they have added, and this type of feature I want to see more in all the OS, like the Oxygen OS or other OSs also. So kudos to Nothing team for adding this feature, and this feature is working perfectly fine. So that's it guys, I wanted to show you about this feature. I hope you have liked this video. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel and hit that bell notification up, because I will be making more videos like this. So thank you guys, have a great day. Thank you.